I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, the inner glow that let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come. And I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won.
This is Jimmie Johnson's last weekend, bro. I got the shirt right here, you feel me? You feel me? So we got Jimmie Johnson's last weekend, bro. I can't believe this. I just can't believe this. I can't really believe that Jimmie Johnson, let me scoot up right here, that Jimmie Johnson is finally done, bro. Like, this dude's last race, or, you know, last full-time race, last race as a full-time NASCAR driver is really upon us. Jimmie Johnson has always been my favorite driver. He's always has been, always will be. It don't matter. I don't care what nobody got to say. Like, Jimmie Johnson has always been my favorite driver. I don't care. Jimmie Johnson has always been my favorite driver. It always has been, and it always will be. By the time when I started getting into NASCAR, it would be like 2007, either 6 or 7. I'm gonna remember 2007, 2006. So I'll say 2007. I remember, I don't really remember how I became a fan of his. I think I remember him winning, I guess, a race or something like that, and I guess he just left a long mark on me. Or it could be I got a diecast from him back in 2006. I got a diecast of that silver and blue Lowe's car, and I remember being so addicted to that car that I don't know. I guess I just love seeing it. I just love watching it on track. Or I went to Kmart and I saw the purple one, the 2007-6 NASCAR diecast of Jimmie Johnson's Lowe's car. You know, so there's many different variables to why I guess Jimmie Johnson just started becoming my favorite driver ever since I was a kid. I've looked through almost every single championship except for the 2006 one. I saw almost every single one. You know what I'm saying? And it's something like that will never, ever be replicated in NASCAR history. You'll never see somebody win 5 in a row. Never see somebody win 4 in a row. Like, it's just incredible to see such greatness and be able to witness that as a child growing up. As a child growing up, Jimmie Johnson was always just that inspiration for me. Like, a lot of other people, it would be like Michael Jordan. It would be like Kobe Bryant. It would be like Tiger Woods, or Cam Newton, or Tom Brady. You know, just guys like that will always be people's favorite athletes as when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, as a kid. But I will always see Jimmie Johnson, because Jimmie Johnson, I've always just grew up respecting him, and I still do to this day. Even though it hasn't been, you know, necessarily quality few seasons, like, he was always my favorite. Always has been. Like, I remember every time he would either wreck or blow an engine or lose a race for some dumb stuff on Sunday or Saturday, whatever the race was, it would affect my whole week. Like, at school, I just think about it, I'm like, dang, bro, he really just lost for some nonsense. Or, oh my goodness, like, I'll just think about that. And then when he wins or has a fantastic run, I would be just so happy. Like, Jimmie Johnson really does mean a lot to me. He really does mean, like, a very lot to me. And someone from church, her name is Bettina. She actually works for Ally, which is Jimmie Johnson's new sponsor right now. And she actually hooked me up with an interview with Jimmie Johnson, and I was stoked. Like, I'm like, bro, you really could do that for me? You really could do that for me? And she's like, yeah, I could do that. She came over here, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, she hooked up the Zoom call, whatever. And, you know, I got a Zoom call with Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie Johnson. I mean, like, my all-time favorite NASCAR driver. I don't know who's going to be my favorite driver after this year, but, like, it's just incredible to really talk to him. Honestly, dang, I wanted a 1v1. I wanted a 1-on-1. I'm not going to lie, because I wrote, like, a bunch of questions. But, hold up. I had a bunch of questions, and here they are right here. I asked him, what are your favorite paint schemes, you feel me? What is the favorite paint scheme you ever driven in the 48? Which of the championships did you enjoy the most? How do you even use the bathroom? Which NASCAR driver would you be your number one inspiration as a kid? You know what I mean? I had so many questions, so many questions. I wrote them out like a little kid, just being so excited. But I was only able to ask one. I'm about to show y'all the recording. I guess I didn't get like the first part because I forgot to turn on my phone, which is crazy. I got the first part, and here was the question. Growing up, I saw you run out of gas at Michigan twice in 2009. That was a track that you struggled in. You struggled at winning at Michigan. You struggled at winning at Bristol for quite a while. You struggled at winning at Watkins Glen and Chicago, etc., etc. I didn't mean to open too many bad wounds, whatever, but when you didn't win at these tracks, what made these tracks so challenging that you just couldn't win at them? That was the question, by the way, because of course I didn't get the whole question. But yeah, I'm gonna play that right quick. So,
and to win at both of those meant a lot to me, and I still today have a lot of pride that I was able to win on those tracks. It gave me such a hard time. So each one kind of has a story, but it's funny how much you remember the ones that got away. So the ones you mentioned, I vividly remember, and just part of it,
Like the reason why I say that is because like I remember it used to like determine my week on how good you did on Sunday. Like, say if like you ran out of gas or you got beat in some way, shape, or form, or crashed in some way, shape, or form. My entire week at school, I just think about it. I'm like, man, come on now, that didn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I told you he was your biggest fan.
Like 2008, 7, like those are golden years too. You know what I mean? Like, and this year, of course, I'm heartbroken from time to time as well. But I always like trusted in you to know what you're doing on the track, left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talked about the Roval 2018.
That was a tough one.
Yeah. But
that was a tough. Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting journey. There's so many things that need to be correct and really hitting at their peak in order to have success in any pro sport or any high-level, business that's out there. And when I look back at Chad Knaus being at his peak, myself, Hendrick, Chevrolet, our over-the-wall team, and there's just a lot of pieces that all have to be strong at the same point in time just to win a race, let alone a championship. So for a while there, it's not that it ever was easy, but it appeared that way. And then to be where I am today and how hard I work week in and week out and how hard our team does, and to not have that timing lined up and to not have the results that we feel we deserve, it's been an interesting test in patience for us, and certainly something that's making us stronger. And we hope today we can get through all that, get the victory lane, and celebrate.
Great.
Absolutely.
We're
going to go ahead and move on to our next guest and their question. So Joe and Josh, if you guys would like to go ahead and ask yours.
Hey, Jimmie, my question is pretty much transitioning from a 3,300-pound car into one half that weight, from basically NASCAR into IndyCar. I drove Formula 2000.
And that was Jimmie Johnson. And I can't believe he's done, bro. I really just can't believe he's done. Like, I'm at the point now where 2020 just been crazy. He got COVID this year. He has so much bad luck this year. It's unbelievable. And with the send-off, he didn't get the send-off I felt like he deserved. I know he's done. He's contempt with everything right now, but he just, in my opinion, as a Jimmie Johnson fan, he deserved more. He deserved more. Like, he deserved a lot more than this. You feel me? He just deserved a lot more. He didn't get the send-off that he deserved, bro. But, as long as he's happy, I'll be happy with him, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a send-off he wanted either. Of course not. Like, what? But at least I know now that he's actually at peace. Or at least I think he's at peace. I think he's at peace with what he has now, what he's accomplished. Even though I want more and more and more, but, we just can't get that. You know what I'm saying? And he understands. He knows. And it's just, dang, bro. This is his last season. His last season. He deserves all the love in the world for being one of the most talented NASCAR drivers of all time, and I'll never, ever stop loving Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie Johnson deserves everything. Jimmie Johnson deserves it. Like, there's no other driver in NASCAR that I think could be my favorite driver right now. Not even the driver taking off his ride. Alex Bowman. I love Alex Bowman. I love Alex. Alex is a dope guy. But he's just not my... He just... I don't know. He doesn't have the same oomph that Jimmie gave me as a kid. You know? But Alex, I'll definitely root for Alex. I root for Alex now. But I'll definitely root for him. And I'll continue to root for whoever's in that 48, of course. But yeah, Jimmie, if you're looking at this, you know, you've always been my favorite driver. And I told him this, and my heart dropped when I actually saw him. You know, you've always been my favorite driver. I've always loved you growing up. You know, you've always been my favorite driver. I can't believe I met you. I really can't believe it. You know, I wish I could have had a lot more questions I wish I could have had a lot more questions that I was able to ask, but there was other people that I just wasn't able to. But I really do. I'm really going to miss you. I'm really going to miss you. Even though you're going to be back in Indy. You're going to be in IndyCar. He's going to be in IndyCar, so I'm definitely going to check him out. I already watch IndyCar. But I'll definitely check him out. But I'm going to miss you in NASCAR. Seeing that bright neon 48. Whether it's blue or purple or black, whatever the color was, I rooted for you. And I will miss it. Dang, it's going to be crazy without you, bro. It's going to be real crazy. But, you know, time is going to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And I just can't. I always did know this day was going to come. I knew it. I'm like, bro, Jimmie's great right now. And I saw, like, other drivers retiring, like Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, Jr. And I'm like, yo, Jimmie's going to have to retire soon. Like, Jimmie could be next. But then I'm like, nah, he seems going to be good. He's going to be good. But then I saw him, his finishes deteriorated. His performances kind of deteriorated. I'm like, yeah, I think he might retire soon. Dang, bro, I'm going to miss him. But I think it's going to help me out a lot, too, because I think now, instead of, like, putting all the emphasis on my heart to Jimmie Johnson, because, you know, this year he's been in so many wrecks, so many engine issues, so much stuff that's just so bad. Same thing with 2019 and 2018, the last 3 years. That I think my heart will finally start to heal now as a NASCAR fan. Because Jimmie has been breaking my heart lately. I don't know why Rick Kendrick gave him a garbage engine at Texas. But the world may never know. So, yeah, Jimmie, I'm going for you for your last season. I'm going for you to the end of the line. I pray to God you could win Phoenix. Even though it might not happen. It might not happen. I pray to God that you can win Phoenix, bro. I really do. Your final paint scheme. Send me one of your die cuts if you're looking at me. Send me that Ally paint scheme. Either a 164 or 124. Don't matter. But yeah, I just want to collect this item for your final season. And yeah. Dang, Jimmie. Yeah. So happy retirement, bro. I'll see you in IndyCar. Don't worry. I love IndyCar. I actually do watch IndyCar. So I'm definitely going to watch IndyCar. And focus on you yet again. So, yeah.
There's a story behind each win, all 83 of them. The first, an upstart rookie at his home track. The 83rd, one legendary champion equaling another. In between, he thrilled us, he inspired us, and he lifted us when we needed it most.
The emotions of the victory for Jimmie Johnson. He wins in Atlanta for Hendrick Motorsports.
And loving memory all the way.
2 Daytona 500s, 4 Brickyards. The biggest stages, the brightest lights. 8 wins.
Jimmie Johnson wins at Charlotte.
9.
Jimmie Johnson has won yet again at the Martinsville Speedway.
Thank you, boys.
11.
Jimmie Johnson, for the 11th time in his career, has picked up the win here at Dover.
5 championships in a row. Then a 6th. And a record-tying 7th. A singular career, each win different than the next. Each title unique.
Jimmie Johnson trying to make history.
Oh my God! No way!
As a competitor and a teammate, he drove us to be better. He even outdrove some of us a time or two.
Drag race, Jimmie Johnson.
That was my hero. I just beat there.
And when he didn't win, he was always there to celebrate. A father and a husband, a brother and son, a friend. Driven to succeed, driven to pay it forward, driven to do it right. A true champion on and off the track.
Be a team member again for us with the current.
A role model for our kids. A legacy that will never be matched. A tale written in trophies and excellence of character. A story we can be proud to tell. That we were the lucky ones because we were there to see it all. To witness the rarity of true greatness. And we will never forget.
Separates the best from the rest.
Also retiring. I forgot to say that. Clint Boyd's also retiring. Clint Boyd was hilarious. He's one of the most hilarious NASCAR drivers out there right now. Has one of the best personalities ever. And I'm going to definitely miss him too. Like, Clint Boyd, he knew what he was doing on the track. 10 wins. I guess a solid career. But I really am going to miss his personality. But we're going to see it in full force in Fox News. So you can't forget that. So happy retirement to Clint Boyer, Jimmie Johnson, and Jimmie Johnson's crew chief from like back in the day, Chuck. And is retiring too this weekend. So have a good day to you too. And Krista Voda is not going to be on NBC no more. I'm going to miss her too. I actually love her. So everybody's leaving from when I was a kid. That's crazy. But yeah.